on April 23rd is a global event committed to recognizing the importance, history and cultural impact of the English language, established by the United Nations. This day is part of a large initiative to promote multilingualism. It also promotes cultural diversity worldwide. English Language Day coincides with the birth and death anniversaries of William Shakespeare. By highlighting the importance of English, the day aims to encourage language learning and improve communication skills. It also encourages cultural exchange, which fosters a deeper understanding among nations. Once again, welcome to this English Language Day celebration. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. Wish you a very happy English Language Day. English Day, exploring its origin, themes, educational benefits and global relevance. What is English Day? English Day is observed to celebrate English language, its history, literature and global influence. It is officially recognized by the United Nations and is celebrated annually on April 23rd, coinciding with Shakespeare's birth anniversary.
The UN established English Language Day in 2010 to promote multilingualism and cultural diversity. It highlights the role of English as one of the 6 official UN languages. By April 23rd,
This date was chosen to honor William Shakespeare, the legendary playwright and poet who contributed immensely to the English language, invented many words and phrases still used today. For example, break the ice. William Shakespeare wrote timeless plays and poems that explore universal human emotions.
English language encourages language learning. It promotes creativity and expressions. English celebrates cultural diversity through language.
It's a global bridge connecting different cultures of the world through communication.
English matters globally. It is used by over 1.5 billion people worldwide.
It is language of internet, which dominates content, coding and communication online. English is spoken in nearly every major country that is useful for international relations.
English makes learning enjoyable and interactive.
English builds a positive attitude towards language development. English encourages teamwork and participation. Happy English Language Day. Thank you.
my thoughts remain below. Let's meet the minds of Shakespeare. Good morning, everyone. Travelers of time and tales, welcome you all. Now, we open the pages of history and step into the world of William Shakespeare, the Bard of Avon, the master of drama, wit and tragedy. Let us meet some of his most unforgettable characters.
Jax is a well-known character from Shakespeare's fabulous play, and a world from the stage. So here I welcome my friend Vignesh to show himself as Jax. Thank you. All the world is a stage, and all men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his child plays many parts. His act builds 7 ages. Good morning, everyone. Macbeth is famous character of Shakespeare's play Macbeth. Macbeth emphasizes his hesitation and gravity of his decision. Let's welcome Sarvesh Niklani to present himself as Macbeth. If it were done when 'tis done, when dear was it done quickly. If the assassination of Duncan could be reversed, then the deed would be undone. If it had been a dream, would it not have been better never than dream at all? If all the witches foretold were false, would it not have been better that I had never heard their prophecies? Morning, everyone. Lady Macbeth is leading character in William Shakespeare's tragedy Macbeth. Now Snuha Deshmukh is going to portray herself as a Lady Macbeth. My hands are of your color. My hands are of your color, but I am sheathed to wear a heart so white. I hear a knocking. At the south entry, retire be to our chamber. Little water clears us of this deed. How easy is it? Then your constancy has left you unattended. More knocking. Get on your nightgown, lest occasion call us, and show to us to be watchers. Be not lost so cruel in your thoughts.
When we are born, we cry that we are come to this world of fools. Nothing will come of nothing. Speak again. As flies to the wanton boys are wheeled to the gods. The weight of this sad time we must obey. Speak what we feel, not what we ought to say. The old is born and most, we that are young shall never see so much, nor live so long.
Morning, everyone. Julius Caesar is a well-known play of William Shakespeare. Caesar is deemed a philosopher who is always right when he goes with his instinct. So, here is my friend Swarup Joshi for Julius Caesar to reveal himself. Thank you.
Cowards die many times before their deaths, but the valiant never taste of death but once. Of all the wonders that I yet have heard, it seems to me the most strange that men should fear, seeing that death, a necessary end, will come, and it will come.
Now, here is Swarupa Zorpe as a Portia from the Merchant of Venice to be. How she won the case of the Antonius against cunning Shylock, who decided to take a pound of flesh from the Antonius body against Sloane. Thank you.
Disguised in robes, I stood man among men. Yet it was not strength, but reason that could win. Shylock, firm in vengeance, clutched the bond. A pound of flesh, no less, no more, no mercy found. The bond gives flesh, I said, but not a drop of blood. Take what is owed, spill no crimson flood. The court fell silent. Shylock's face went pale. His sword of justice turned into a brittle scale. He claimed his right, but justice turned to dust when
He loves not only flesh but pride and gold. And I in silence let the truth unfold. So justice bowed to mercy in that hall, and love, not wrath, stood proud and tall. A woman masked, yet justice clear as day. With wit and wisdom, I won the play. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. Kabuliwala is the main character from Rabindranath Tagore's story Kabuliwala. Now, Aditya Jaiswal will depict himself as Kabuliwala. Thank you.
I, Kabuliwala, a father far from home. My voice is soft and filled with emotion. I came from Kabul to sell dry fruits, but my life gave me something more. A little child named Minnie, she reminded me of my daughter, my little girl whom I left behind years ago. People saw me as strange, but she spoke to me, smiled at me, and laughed without fear. In her laughter, I feel comfort. Time and prison took years from me, but when I returned, she had grown. My Minnie wasn't Minnie anymore. But that's the life, isn't it? Children grow and father hold on to the memories. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. Today I am telling you about Rusty. Rusty was orphan and Anglo boy from Ruskin Bond's story. Rusty's story belongs to the desire and inspirited. I am the boy who belonged to the hill and people call me Rusty. A boy with no place to call home. But I think I found a home not in a house but in the hills. The tree speaks to me, the wind listens to my silence. I ride, I wonder, I learn and I dream that happiness isn't always in people. I don't have much but I have enough and that's maybe enough. Thank you.
Master was very well known character represented by Rabindranath Tagore. Here comes Omkar to deliver his dialogue as the postmaster.
When I came to this village, I was restless. I missed the noise, the crowd, and city's rhythm. But in the stillness of Ullapur, I found Ratan. Ratan was just not a servant, but she was a silent, present silence that crept close to my heart. But when it was time to leave, I left without talking to her, without even explaining why. I tell her to forget me, but maybe it's me who can't forget her. Thank you.
Pinya is the protagonist character of Ruskin Bond's story, The Blue Umbrella. Independent and kind-hearted girl living in rural Indian village. Pinya's character is marked to navigate difficult situations of villages and need of a blue umbrella. Let's listen to Akshara Belurkar as Pinya.
When I saw it for first time, it was like a magic, like a piece of sky. I didn't know why something so simple could make people envy me. I didn't want to hurt anyone. When the shopkeeper tried to take away from me, I was angry. But then I understood he was lonely. So I gave it away. Because sometimes letting go is the most beautiful thing you can do. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. Hey children, I'm very happy today as we are celebrating English Language Day in our school. English language is a widely spoken, influential language all across the world. Whatever global areas, aspects we are working into, they all work in English language. And that is why it is very, very important to understand the significance of this language. Okay, children, if you want to speak good English, first start listening to good English. The next thing what you can do to speak good English? Read books, read storybooks, read poems, read autobiographies, anything which you like, fiction. We are today celebrating English Language Day, which is celebrated as the birth anniversary and death anniversary. It coincides with both. of William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare was a fine writer. Right? He used to write poems, stories, role plays. Speech is written by a student whom I know. The topic of my speech is importance of fiction. Let me start with a question that might sting you just a little. Do you really think you are too smart for fiction? Be honest. You walk into a bookstore or scroll online and your eyes skim over the fiction section. You tell yourself that's for entertainment. That's not real learning. So you pick up non-fiction. Self-help books, biographies, psychology, business, something serious. But let me challenge that mindset today. Not gently, but directly. Because if you believe fiction is inferior to non-fiction, you are not just mistaken, rather you are actively depriving yourself of the single greatest tool humanity has ever created to understand itself. And by the time I finish, I hope you will not only reconsider, you will wonder how you ever lived without it. Let's get something straight. Non-fiction gives you facts. Fiction gives you truth. Yes, that's right. Fiction, the made-up stuff, is often truer than the so-called real. Non-fiction tells you what happened. Fiction shows you what it means. You can read 10 books about World War II, memorize every strategy, every casualty, every economic effect. But then you read the book Thief, and suddenly you are there. You feel the hunger, the terror, the unbearable quiet of survival. You stop reading about war and start understanding its cost. Fiction doesn't report emotion, it implants it. Data can inform, but fiction transform. There is a reason fiction has been with us since the beginning, from cave paintings to ancient epics, from oral traditions to the printed word. Our first instinct as a species wasn't to record facts, it was to tell stories. Because stories make meaning. They teach, they warn, they heal. They show us who we are by letting us become someone else. That is fiction's unique power. It lets you step into a different skin. You live as a wizard, right? Harry Potter, there's a wizard in Harry Potter. A warrior, maybe some other book which is fictional. You live as a wizard, a warrior, a lost child, a mad scientist, a forgotten god. You suffer, you love, you fail, you grow. And when you return to your real life, something inside you has shifted. That is not escapism, that is emotional training. If you want to talk about empathy, you can't learn it from a TED Talk, but walk a mile in the shoes of a character who doesn't look like you, speak like you, who doesn't believe like you, and suddenly the world opens wider. No non-fiction book will ever make you cry over someone who never existed. But fiction will. Because fiction is not just read, it's lived. Even the most respected non-fiction authors borrow fiction's tools. Narrative, suspense, emotion. Because they know humans don't remember bullet points, they remember stories. Without fiction, even the best non-fiction is just a collection of facts waiting to be forgotten. And let's not pretend this is just about literature. Fiction has shaped our culture, our morals, our movements. Would civil rights have advanced without To Kill a Mockingbird? It's a book, To Kill a Mockingbird. Would feminism look the same without The Handmaid's Tale? Read this book. Would dystopia be a warning without 1984? You may forget the dates, children, but you will never forget the stories. So here is the challenge I leave you with. Think of the book that changed you. The book that made you cry, made you laugh, made you think differently about yourself and the world. I bet it wasn't a manual or a speech transcript or a list of economic theories. I bet it was a fiction. Because fiction doesn't tell you how to live. It shows you why it matters that you do. And if you still think fiction is less valuable than I ask you, are you really so sure you are learning? It's a question. Are you really so sure you are learning if the books you read never teach you how to feel? Thank you. This is the speech. Once again, I wish you all a very